Hello everyone, welcome back to Crown Jewels. And we're reaching the tail end of the first RTD era. Series 4, much like Series 3, is basically perfect. There's only a couple episodes I'm not the fondest of, but So let's go for the top 3 in broadcast order. Starting, of course, with Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. Where to start? It's a very emotionally intelligent and ideologically intelligent story, too. Everything that was set up was paid off in a way that you, I guess, not expect, although all the clues were being jiggled in your face. But even then, you not necessarily understand why certain things are connected, even if you did get those connections. I think the sidecast is utterly wonderful. Like Anita, Evangelista, the two Daves, Mr. Lux, and of course River Song. They are so memorable. And gosh, I really like my religious theming in the RTD era, huh? Quite literally, there's a digital afterlife that's meant to be symbolic of heaven, and there's a lot of naming conventions that have that. I mean, Dr. Moon, the Lux family, Dave is short for David.
Huh?
Evangelista, evangelical, you know, it's like there's a lot going on there. And meanwhile, Lavash Narada is the darkness because it hides in shadows. So although it's theming that's been done before, it's been being done in a different way, and it has a lot of time to really get under your skin and to really make you go, what? And it's a really just breathtaking story. As is Midnight.
You are nothing more than average at best. Now shut up!
Midnight genuinely gets under my skin. I love the conceit, and it's a bottle episode. I think it's very impressive that they managed to have such great performances and such a great creepy story just with one set. Handful of actors. Done. Again, the sidecasts are quite memorable. Maybe not their names, maybe not like the family's name, but you're not meant to really think this is someone I want to remember. If anything, these are people you want to forget, based on what happens when the mask of human decency comes off while they're utterly terrified for their own safety. Midnight is one of my favourite Doctor Who stories, and it's probably in my top 5. It's definitely in my top 10. I love how it deconstructs the entire conceit of the show. The Doctor being able to worm his way out of any situation doesn't apply here. Being overly cocky because he's like, well, I'm pretty sure I can diagnose this, I've got intelligent people here. But these people aren't taking any of his shit. The Midnight Entity and what it does is... Here's the thing, I'm not scared by it, but it's really freaky. I cannot tell you why I find just the mere idea of someone... Not even the idea. Like, the idea of something repeating what you're saying. Not creeped out. When it actually does, and it slowly but surely gains advantage... Oh, okay, no. And then the thing that scares me the most is it's showing these people as the most normal people who you may not necessarily relate to, but have analogues for in your own life. And these people will resort to murder to get rid of a perceived threat that they're misdiagnosing out of their own ignorance. And it really shows the worst of humanity can be in any of us, which, that's a bit dire to end on, but, you know. Speaking of dire, we've got Turn Left.
So it's Leeds or nothing. Next!
This one hurts. we basically see Donna without her character development, but her and her family slowly whittle away until there's nothing left. Sylvia we see as a empty human being, and Wilf reduced to tears when fascism arises in the vacuum that is created through all of these alien invasions, being somewhat successful. So much got destroyed, and it's soul crushing. In a way, it was somewhat indicative of what Russell T Davies would do in the future as a writer, and unfortunately it feels very realistic, especially nowadays. But yeah, it's harrowing. I wish I could end on a happier note. Series 4 is really when Doctor Who decided, hey, we're not taking any prisoners anymore. I think it's genius to have a companion like Donna, mainly because you need that levity when you're dealing with all this. And the thing is, the finale, at least the first part, really did its best to shock us, as the rest of the season did.
Oh no!
I love Series 4, and this was, although I definitely had seen some Doctor Who before this, the old Doctor Who, this is when my memory goes back and goes, I was definitely watching it consistently throughout, although I did miss Turn Left when it came out. But everything else, yeah. The thing is about Series 4, the three stories that are the best ones are just so good, yet, again, so harrowing, and the more I get older, the more soul-destroying it gets. No wonder the show is at its peak at this point, and it's definitely one of my favourite seasons of the entire show. And I would say this and Series 3 are in my top 10 out of all of them. They're definitely my top 3 of the new series, Series 1 being my absolute favourite. I'm excited for Russell to return, but we're not over yet. Sorry this was a bit short, these ones are the popular ones, but I will have to say, before I wrap up, well, yeah, Partners in Crime's amazing, Fires Pompeii's amazing, Planet of the Ood, amazing, super underrated. They are basically honourable mentions in of themselves. I do also like The Unicorn and the Wasp a lot.
Harvey Wallbanger!
Harvey Wallbanger!
Well, I don't know!
How is Harvey Wallbanger one word?
I know it's gotten popular today on that one writer who wrote that, but I do admit that one's good. I don't like him as a writer anyway. He comes off as very egotistical, and he kind of does here, but it weirdly works because it feels very much like a Poirot mystery in that way. Because it's Agatha Christie, and the tone weirdly works. But anyways, I mean, this whole season's great. So, next time I'm gonna take a gander at the specials that occurred between Series 4 and 5. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Probably. Thoughts, comment below, subscribe, like, bye.